So yeah, we all remember Star Trek Next Generation. Yeah, I mean, I sort of remember it from when I was a bit younger. To be honest, I have not watched the series in quite some time. Because I was never really a huge Trek fan, but I'm not saying I didn't like it. I mean, there were certainly a lot of things I appreciated about it. So with that in mind, there's still obviously a lot of love in the world for Star Trek, and you know what? That's when they produced Star Trek Picard, which came out I think later last year and still going on. And madly enough, they're going for a second series. But here's the thing: Star Trek Picard is, well, it's crap. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. It's kind of crap. So, yeah, but I mean, one of the things about Star Trek Picard is, just the terrible characters, and you that's a bit strange because you got Brent Spiner in it. It's got Jonathan Frakes. Well, I mean, okay, they're only there for he's only there for one episode, and he's like there for a few minutes at most. And you got Picard, who is basically in there for longer haul. Who's in there for long haul, and he's apparently headlining. See, I'm going to make him into an alien. Some sort. Yeah. So he's apparently running the show. No, of course he's not running shows. And so Alex Kurtzman, who's an idiot, basically a hack writer, who just produces bad TV. I mean, he made. I think he wrote for Xena Warrior Princess, which, okay, it's fun, but it's not exactly groundbreaking stuff, is it? It's schlock. That's see-through. You can actually see. Oh no. Anyway, so yeah, characters. Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. He was always great to look at as an actor. He was just always had this wonderful, commanding presence, and you had to admit, you kind of loved him in Next Generation. But in Picard, he's basically this humbled old man who is just being berated left, right, and centre by, funny enough, every single female character. He's even led pretty much been led by his housekeeper, his Romulan housekeeper, who happens to be Irish, regular Mrs. Doyle.
Feck this and feck that.
Oh god. Sorry, that was just awful. Anyway, so we got Mr. 100 Question.
Can a fertilized octopus egg ingested into the human system actually grow inside the body?
Who was the cowboy who confronted Johnny and Larry?
Was it really the nanny?
Did a plant really identify a murderer?
100 really strange questions. Doo-doo head. Michael Dorn. By the way, he really hates sci-fi. I saw this in the interview when he was doing for Mass Effect 2, and he's just sat there, really in a really contemptible way, sort of saying, "God, sci-fi. Why do they always have to be sci-fi?" And I think he kind of tries to get past this horrible genre acting, being stuck in the singular genre of science fiction by flying airplanes. Good on you. You've got the money to do that. Lucky you. You can do that. I can't. Brent Spiner, he was excellent as Data. He gave a really convincing performance. And in Picard, he's actually comes across as... He's still got the magic, actually. I have to give him that. And you got Geordie, who's... Well, it was a pretty cool character. I wouldn't say he had any really strong traits, but kind of likable. And you got the pretty Greek girl who's, well, I mean, just look at her. And you got the Doctor, Crusher, I think, yeah. And I just can't really think of anything I could say about her. I mean, she's the Doctor. She's got to play a Doctor. She didn't really have many more character, traits than that. So Picard, in the first episode, he's basically being berated by this interviewer, and it's terrible because it just turns him into this man who's, again, being vilified, even though he should be a hero in the Federation, and yet he's being aggressively interviewed. It's like something out of a Fox oh god, that actually works. It's like something out of a Fox interview. With whatever it is, Tucker Carlson or whatever bozo they've got to, fill the void of terrible TV. Well, it's not news. It's like a news commentary show. It's just, what can we make? What can we get you to be scared of next? It's all such garbage. So look at saying the elf. So yeah, this is what they turned Picard into, this demon. And the girls that... Wait a minute. It's the wrong TV show. This isn't right. This is all terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Oh my god, awful. I can't look at you people anymore. Terrible. Right, let's try something else. God, no. Right, these are the people involved in the new show. Right, so we got Patrick Stewart. He's aged a bit. Can't help that. Happens to everyone. It's an illness they just haven't found a cure for. Anyway, we got Brent Spiner, who's, well, again, he's aged a bit, but here's the thing. In the bits where he's actually on Star Trek Picard, he actually looks the part. He gives off a really convincing performance. You got the blonde ditzy girl, who's apparently the scientist, who is apparently brilliant. To be honest, she comes across as just this utter fool. I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's something in some part of the show. That's the funny thing about actors in makeup. Almost like different people when they come out of it. You got Dodge Girl, Dodge, dude. Something unpronounceable. So yeah, Dodgeball Girl. I know, I like to call it Jason Bourne because when we first meet her, which is in the first episode, she coughs. Well, no, it's just me. She's basically in her flat, her terrible little flat, with her interracial alien, basically black boyfriend, and they're just having a nice evening together, relaxing, all good. And then, oh no, the baddies come up with the evil motorcycle helmets and their bad temperament, and they kill the black guy. Sorry, the alien boyfriend. And then they're trying to arrest the Dodge Dodgeball Girl here, and then Dodgeball Girl becomes Jason Bourne, and she's all like, "Oh my God, I'm, like Jason Bourne, and I can knock out all these baddies." Oh, guys, just so ridiculous. And then she eventually finds Picard at his vineyard, and then said, "Oh, I had to find you." And I thought, well, and then Picard's looking at her, it's like, "Oh yes, you look so familiar. It seems so right." No one does that. It'd be calling the Federation police. And so, get off my property, you weird girl. Oh God, terrible. Anyway, she apparently dies, and then we resume to her twin sister. How convenient. Who's on the Borg, and we see her actually sleeping with this. Oh God, this weird guy. By the way, this guy is apparently playing a Romulan, and he's got facial hair, and it's all like up. The facial hair is like all the way up here, so he's just this half wildebeest. And I think, well, that's really strange. I mean, for an alien, you shouldn't really have facial hair. You should be, well, alien. I mean, don't have facial hair. It helps you distinguish other species within the universe as being alien. Because these are all played by human beings. They're all humanoid. We've got to have something a bit more, which tells us that this is more of an alien. So otherwise, it just breaks the immersion. I don't know who. Is that male or female? I can't tell. I know. I may have to fix it. So let's draw some. Yeah, female. Then we got obviously bright colours. Can't see everything. So we got this guy who plays this depressed Spaniard. This really depressed Spaniard, and that's basically all there is to him. And then this woman in the middle. Don't get me wrong, these are all good actors, but okay, I'll get to them. Anyway, this woman in the middle, she plays this horribly depressed and bitter middle-aged woman who's angry at Professor Charles Xavier because he had to make a really crucial decision during the evacuation of the Romulans, and Star Trek Command didn't like that, so he basically got her sacked from Starfleet, and she couldn't work there anymore, and now lives in a trailer in a little caravan, a little motorhome in the desert of America. So, well done, Picard. But here's the thing, in the flashback we see between these two, it's revealed that, he didn't really have a choice. He was just going to be sacked anyway because, well, he took a stance on it earlier, and so it's just kind of strange that she's angry with him. But then again, she's also playing an alcoholic in this one, which is, alcoholics can be turning up a lot in these things nowadays. I mean, in Terminator Dark Fate, we basically had the two heroes, Linda Hamilton and Grace McKenzie, playing an alcoholic and a drug addict. And these are your heroes, everyone. So yeah, enjoy those vices, enjoy those self-destructive attributes, because they'll make you a hero. That's really telling you something. That's really an interesting arc. But right, okay. Jonathan Frakes does. Actually, I want a better photo of this. Let's have a look. Star Trek Picard cast. Is Briones? Wait a minute. Evagora? That's. Oh god, no, I was wrong. Oh. It's male. Male, not female. God. Things are just getting weirder. God, she works out. I mean, she's just more muscle than round object, which I'm not allowed to say due to YouTube's increasingly weird censorship. Yeah, okay. This is kind of more what Star Trek is kind of like. It's mood. No, go away. It's kind of sort of this weird, moody vibe where everything is just more dystopic. And look, you got the where is it? Mr. Facial Hair. And see, all that facial hair is just ridiculous. Almost as much as a depressed Spaniard looking rather menacingly at the camera. Oh, I'm the bad guy. And then there's Miss Blonde, who just looks, empty-headedly into the nothingness. Jerry Ryan, 7 and 9. She was in Next Generation, I think. Yeah, she turns into a massive lesbian in this one. It's just bizarre. It then becomes a Borg queen, and oh god. Right, enough of that. Let's see, what's Jonathan Frakes? Gotta admit, 20 years on, Jerry Ryan looks pretty good. I mean, pretty good. Yeah, Star Trek. And yeah, Jonathan Frakes, Mr. 100 Questions.
Do you have a sweet tooth? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen? What's the right tip?
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? You ever gone mountain biking?
He's basically turns this Southern Bayou man. I'm the preacher. I'm the mad preacher in the South. Kind of look there. I mean, obviously doesn't play that, but just the. I mean, God, just look at his costume. I mean, you'd think an ex-Starfleet captain's number 2 would be better dressed. You'd actually have a pension. Well, sorry, they don't have money, but apparently in Star Trek Picard, everyone does. It's kind of gone away from all that stuff now. It's dystopic, it's dark. Because that's apparently what the world wants now. We want dark things. No, we don't. Entertainment's about being entertained, about escapism. Putting a dark angle on everything doesn't do that. It's just, this is a horrible trend. And you know what? After days of work, you don't really want to have to come home to watch a TV show just to feel depressed again. You want something that's a bit more light, more fluffy, more interesting, more inspiring. That's just been ripped right out of a lot of TV shows nowadays, and it's just awful. What else am I doing? So yeah, all these. Okay, Roy, you're an alien, so you'll be green. Sorry for misgendering you. I'm sure the gender police will come and arrest me for using inappropriate language. Yeah, but as I said, the horrible thing about this is that the actors have all tried really hard, and you cannot fault them. they're all good actors, but they've been given this terrible, terrible script, and it seems to me that they haven't really been able to have that much input into the characters themselves, and that's just terrifying. I mean, real waste of talent, resources, and money, because I can't imagine how much money they poured into this show. It looked pretty expensive, and that CGI work can't be cheap. And that's the other thing. There's this other line about artificial intelligence in this story, and it seems like it's ripped off from actually no, I did read about this. Alex Kurtzman has this habit of ripping off stories from video games, and the AI thing, the artificial intelligence storyline in this, it basically is just cloned from, ripped off from Mass Effect, and more specifically from Mass Effect 3, which, to be honest, Mass Effect 3 I thought was actually the weakest of the 3 games. I thought it was terrible. I mean, I had to admit, Mass Effect 1, yeah, I really liked that. Mass Effect 2, well, they got rid of the planet exploring, so that was a bit of a letdown, but I did get some really good cinematics and good story, so okay, fine. And the DLC gave you a little bit of planet roaming, so that was okay, it was acceptable. Mass Effect 3, oh my god, what a pretentious pile of garbage. I mean, it's just thrown in so many characters that I just had no idea existed. I mean, you had James Vega played by Freddie Prinze Jr. It's like, who are you? I never saw you before. There should be an introduction. Oh, you have to read the comics. I haven't read the comics. Why would I read the comics? I played the games. Not everyone who plays the games is going to follow the comics. And there's that other thing I found really contrived. It's like one of the first crewmen that Shepard talks to talks about his husband, and the dialogue, the way it's been written, it just seems so forced. It's like saying, well, our game is diverse. Who cares? If anything, when you do that, I mean, I've got nothing against having people with different faiths, genders, sexual, and all that other stuff in media, but it's got to have some bearing on the story, on the character. But it just doesn't in a lot of these medias. It just seems put in there for the sheer sake of it. To be honest, I think that really just helps ruin TV. Ruin TV games and right. So yeah, what I was trying to do before I did this was not die from COVID. Oh god. But what I was trying to do was trying to finish off my review of my favourite film. Well, one of my favourite films, Stanley Kubrick movie. I'm not going to say what it is because that would just spoil everything. And, but, it's taking a lot longer than I thought. I mean, I'm up to the 30-minute mark, and I've struggling to, get the sound right, find enough footage so it can actually sync up with what I'm saying. And then I have to make sure that footage doesn't get flagged by YouTube and its bizarre copywriting. Oh god, that really is frustrating. Right, what else am I saying? Oh yeah, and then I have to make sure that the script that I've written is, makes sense. And I've got to make sure that I read it out nice and clearly, because sometimes I kind of get things wrong when recording on microphone, and it's been irritating. And to be honest, it got a bit boring after a while. So it is coming, but I'm taking my time. Oh god, God help me when I do the Terminator franchise. this was kind of weird. Oh, I think it's my brush. That's my damn brush. Brush palette. Ah, there you are. Yeah. So this was kind of fun. So yeah, this guy plays an alien, so let's make him into an alien. See, I'm fixing the show as we speak. Character design for you. Yeah, so what's we got? Gold teeth, maybe. What's missing? God, that's terrifying. And remember, he is kind of a goblin, so maybe one of those characters from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Prince, but empty-headedness. Oh, that just says it all. Seriously, I can't get over that. How? Male or female? I just couldn't tell. It's getting weird. Oh. No, sorry, they're all.
Hang on, just a moment. Look, do you mind? I'm trying to make a video here. But you made me do the music. I played the drum and the guitar. Well, stop it. But I need the money for the American and the balloon lessons. Well, here's your severance pay.